Hiya, it is Tuesday the 13th of February, so Shrove Tuesday or Pancake Day, but I completely forgot Pancake Day. So we're probably going to do it on Friday or Saturday maybe, which will be very nice. I left the last video abruptly because my cousin was coming to the door, and I was actually sort of half crying at the time. So I thought I'd just finish off what I was saying, although I don't exactly know where I got to, but basically I've got a viewing booked at my old bungalow that isn't actually the building I lived in, but on the plot of land I lived in, on Friday, and I completely forgot that Nath is off. So when I said to him about it and said, like, I'm going to take my nan, I think, to help with the kids, he then said he was off, and I offered to move the appointments that it didn't like eat into his day off, but he actually said he would come. So now I feel like that's like there's so much hope, I suppose, for this viewing. I'm really excited about it. Also quite apprehensive. I know that there's probably only one outcome, and that's that we won't place an offer on it. Or even if we did want to, we wouldn't even get it because we've got so many obstacles to sort of get through before we were to get it. Because our house isn't even like valued yet, let alone on the market, and we will be in a position where we'll probably have a bit of a chain to build, and we've got work to do on the house before we even list it. So there's so much stuff. But the fact that Nath has even said that himself, like, it feels to me like he's actually considering it, like moving to Marchwood, which is where the bungalow is, which is quite sort of exciting, I suppose. So yeah, that's where I left it. Who knows? Yeah, it's been a nice couple of days. We had a nice weekend. It started off. I was quite like deliberately trying to be a bit more buoyant on the Saturday, because Saturdays I found have been quite hard work, particularly on if Nate plays golf, because it just feels like a continuation of the week. Whereas like you look forward to the weekend and then it gets there and then it's like, oh, okay, I'm on my own again. Although I love that he plays golf, I could put nothing about that. It's just that I need a bit of a break, I think, when it gets to the weekend. So I prefer him to play golf on a Sunday. So that's what he did this weekend, and it worked quite well. But he was actually exhausted after working really hard last week. So we sort of yin and yanged a little bit, or took turns to be exhausted. But it was really nice actually. It ended on a high. We literally did something so simple. We went to the range on Sunday morning to get Heidi a bottle, because I broke hers, and just have a little look around. And we actually sort of like, we're in the toy section for a bit playing. Oh god, I'm always yawning on these videos, which is awful. We went and had a little like cake and a drink in the cafe. So although it's like really small, it's things like that are like little wins, aren't they, that make you feel like you've accomplished something, because it's as much effort to get out of the house to go for a 30-minute shop at the range as it is to go for a day out, because it's getting out the house with two children is just hard. So yeah, it was actually really nice, and it was quite funny. And then I managed to clean the rest of the bathroom, so I felt really like, whew, that's done, that's good. And then yesterday I was in the house all day actually, just doing odd jobs. I fitted a towel rail and a toilet roll holder to the wall, so that was exciting. I actually like a bit of DIY, so that I felt good about that. And that was whilst I was just on my own with the kids, so it's like I'm starting to do things that are more like things around the house that I can leave them to it a little bit. Because Ariel, if she's okay on the mat, then Heidi's just so good with her. Like, she just sits and plays with her dollies, and she's getting, both of them are getting better at being left. So it sort of feels like we're through the really urgent, anxious stage of having a newborn and stuff. So that's really nice. Her sleep's been really bad at the moment. I say really bad. It's still not as bad as Heidi's was, but she's been really disrupted, and I think she's had a really like snotty, phlegmy cold, so that's keeping her up through the night. But it's gradually getting better, and Nate's actually away tonight in Bristol. So because he's got it is a work event, like a networking event, but it's actually a massive jolly for him, which he openly said. And then this morning was like, I probably shouldn't go because I've got so much work on. And it's like, no, you need to take these days, because that's the perks of working in a really hard role. So he played indoor. I don't know, actually played golf, outdoor golf in the end, because I thought it was going to play like a driving range bar top tracer type thing, but he actually went out in the rain and played. But I'm sure he liked it. And then they've got hosted in a hospitality box at a Bristol v Southampton football game this evening. So that's where he is now. So I think he's really happy. Like, I hope it's really good, because I went and saw a football match for the first time ever last year with my nan, of all people. What a legend. And it was absolutely exhilarating, and I don't even follow football, and I found it incredible. So I really hope that he has a good time. He really deserves it. And I've been completely defeated by the girls, really. They've been brilliant. I just get sad because I went and took Ariel to bed. I was trying to, like, you're trying to be strategic, aren't you? Because it's trying to like work with their levels of tiredness, make sure they get all the creams they need on, change both their nappies, do everything that you need to do before bed without leaving the other one for too long. So I ended up taking Ariel up to bed after doing all of the creams and everything, because she's got like a 20-minute window. Oh, I just changed the waves back on, the white noise back on Heidi's machine. She's got like a 20-minute window where if she doesn't link her sleeps, then she'll wake up. So ideally she wouldn't start crying halfway through my bedtime with Heidi, because that would be really disruptive for that. Or I'd have to leave her crying, which is not fair. So I thought I'd do everything. I then took her to bed, but then she just didn't come off the boob very easy. So I wouldn't normally feed her to sleep. Like, I wouldn't do that as my resort, because I got stuck in that pattern with Heidi when she was little. But when Heidi's here and she's on her own, and I know it's a sure win, I do generally just breastfeed her to sleep, because then I can get back down to Heidi earlier. And she's only 2, so she shouldn't really be on her own for a length of time, but she's just so good. She'll just like be in the living room or the kitchen or wherever and just play really quietly whilst I go upstairs and put Ariel down. So anyway, I did that, but then I pulled her off the nipple and she woke up, and then she wanted to get back on it, and then she wasn't going to sleep. So then I lifted her up and tried to put her down, thinking, you've had enough, you should just go to sleep. And then she didn't go to sleep, so I had to put her back on the other boob. And then in the end, I heard Heidi tinkering around, and I swear I heard her move the keys in the front door. So then I panicked, but I don't think she did. I don't know what she was doing. And put Ariel down. She cried a little bit, and then just before I knew it, was knocked out. And I could have like cried at that point, because I was so frustrated, and I felt so bad for Heidi, because she just was sat down here for ages with her babies. She's just such a good little girl. She's so good and so precious. I'm really lucky. So yeah, so now they're both asleep. So I've done the bins, done a bit of tidying, and I have got some biscuits. I've got 2 packs here actually. And as it's Pancake Day, I am going to try and give up chocolate and try and give up sweets for 40 days. But I'm going to take it 10 days at a time and try not to increase other guilty pleasures or vices as a result, because I know that it could be the way it goes if I get it in my head that I really need something. So yeah, that's where we're at. So I will update about the house, and I'm really looking forward to Friday, because we're going to the farm as well afterwards. I just think it'll be really nice, like, yeah, going into the garden and stuff. It's a shame we don't get longer there, like, mad. It is mad. Like, I got an email through confirming the viewing there, and it said, like, we're going to confirm your viewing at, and the address, and it's like the address, the first address I ever learned, because it's the one that you get taught to tell the ambulance people, because in those days there was obviously no tracking. So like, if you have to phone the emergency services, you have to say what you need, and then you said your address. So that was always what I had in my head. And then I'm getting confirmed viewings there in an email. So at least if all else fails, I've saved the property to Rightmove, and I've got that email confirming that I was going to view it at some point. So if I don't get the house, which I likely won't, then I can at least have it in my memory bank or on record somewhere that I went and saw it again. So that's fine. But yeah, I'm going to watch Outdaughtered now and eat biscuits. And not feel sorry for myself, because really I've got nothing to feel sorry for myself about, but just sit here and decompress after the day. My feet are achy, which is always the way after being at home all day with the girls. I did go to Roxanne's this morning to see Roxanne, Steph, and their children, which was really nice. And we got quite excited talking about like Steph's hen do and all sorts of things like that, and had quite a laugh actually. So that was quite nice. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening to my Two Little Chicks installment, and I will speak soon.